I'm Peterson Jerome, the head men's soccer coach. I've been coaching here at Poly for 20 years. And in those 20 years, I've been able to mold a lot of young men and set them up for life. Poly should be at the top of an international student list because of the level of soccer that we have here, the level of players, the level of coaching that we give to our players here. The style of game that we played suit the international players. We play very possessional football here, as they know internationally, and as we know here in America, soccer. We recently brought in an international students from a local community college here who's originally from Zimbabwe, and it's been a tremendous addition to our program, and we're looking forward to see what the future holds for him heading into his final year. Having been a Division I soccer player and now head men's soccer coach in the Division III setting over the last 20 years, I can tell you there are a lot of great benefits to being a Division III soccer player. And some of those benefits include being seen as a student athlete, and with the emphasis being on the student's portion and using the platform of you as an athlete. The second thing is that the coaches care a lot more about you putting the time that you need to invest into your academics more so in the Division I platform. When I'm out recruiting, I'm looking for a different variety of things that a player can bring to our program. We're looking for individuals who are technically sound and that fits the mold of the players that we have here, that fits the system that we played here. Guys who are coachable individuals, and those are always great to have around. Those who are internationally are looking to be recruited generally either go through recruiting services, but preferably for myself, I prefer direct contact, and that's generally done through our college and sometimes through our college emails or my direct email, which is listed on our athletics website.
My name is Ludden. I'm the head baseball coach at SUNY Poly. Just a little bit about myself. I have a background in physical education. I was a phys ed teacher for a little while. Prior to that, I actually played professional baseball for 3 years. So really excited to be at SUNY Poly. I enjoy just working with young people the most. That's something I've always wanted to do my whole life, and just seeing them succeed in all aspects of their life. My favorite thing is kind of watching them grow from freshman to senior, and then keeping that relationship with them even after they graduate, and watching them be successful in life. And hopefully we're doing our job and giving them the tools that once they leave for the real world, they're prepped and they're ready to go, and they have a good experience while they're here, and when they graduate they can take that with them. The number one reason for SUNY Poly, especially for international students, is just a great education that you're going to get. The tools you're going to get here to set yourself up for the rest of your life are really important. One of the huge advantages of playing a D3 sport is that it's not your full-time job. And academics is always going to be your number one priority. We always make sure that our guys are in class. We really try to make sure they're not missing as much as possible when we're playing games. Our athletes have a really good relationship with their professors. Just the relationships that you're able to build at the Division III level is a lot different than maybe sometimes at the D1 or D2 level, especially when it's a bigger school where you might feel like you're getting lost in the shuffle a little bit. The biggest success that I found so far in recruiting with international student athletes has been through email and through some of the contacts that I've made through playing pro baseball and just some playing college baseball as well too. We do have one international student athlete on our roster right now. He's from Canada, and I know his initial contact was through email. So a little bit easier if they're already, especially in the United States for junior college. There we typically like to go and watch them in person. So typically we have that student athlete send us their schedule. We'll kind of just look at a date that maybe we have open and the community college has open. Sometimes we'll go and watch a practice as well too. So that's kind of the way that we'll scout if they're already kind of local to our area.
My name is Juleah Wanner. I'm the head softball coach. I think that being a college coach is really important because you have lasting relationships into their entire lives. We go to weddings, we go to baby showers. We do things off the field that a lot of times, like in high school, you don't necessarily have the opportunity to do. You're kind of a pretty big role in a very important part in their life, but a lot of the background work from coaching comes with recruiting. I definitely, when I'm recruiting a student athlete, I look at all aspects. Sometimes, especially if I can see them play in person, I'm looking at how they treat their parents, what their parents are like, how they interact with coaches, as well as, the other stuff like transcripts, how they did in school, what major are they looking to study, all of those things. At the Division III level, it's really important that they find a school that fits them academically, and then athletically we can follow suit with that. But I want them to be happy in the classroom first, and then it pays off on the field. I think recruiting student athletes in general is pretty similar, but specifically international student athletes, film, reaching out through phone call or email just to kind of get the ball rolling, and then from there typically we reply almost immediately. But then it really depends on if you're a freshman, international student, or if you're a transfer. So we have some really good connections with some of the junior colleges in the area, specifically Mohawk Valley Community College and Herkimer College. They're really close by, so it's easy to get over there and see a game and see them in person and give them an opportunity to showcase their talent to us.